Welcome back, everyone. Nick and Lex here. Today we have Lee in the studio, and today Lee's gonna show me some Porcupine Tree. Now, I do know Porcupine Tree, as you know, but I haven't listened to this 2022 release.
Yeah.
And so what are you showing me today? Rat's Return, right?
Yes, it's called Rat's Return. I think you're going to love this song. It's personally one of my favorite Porcupine Tree songs. And I have to thank you for getting me into Porcupine Tree to begin with.
Oh my God. Which one was the one that did it for you?
Actually, it was Stephen Wilson's The Raven Who Refused to Sing. That is my second favorite album of all time.
That album is
right under Foxtrot
amazing.
From Genesis.
No.
Yeah, seriously. That is my second favorite album.
That or big, like that's a big statement to make.
And when I heard that, I was hooked. And then I started listening to all the videos that you were doing from Stephen Wilson and Porcupine Tree. So I don't know what Porcupine Tree I heard first.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just totally
That is so cool to like that you listen to a song and then it got you so like you were like, okay, I want to listen to more, and then you did your own research, and now you have like this album that is, I mean, it's from 2016, the
I think
Raven?
2014, something like that.
So crazy that you can say this is my second favorite album ever. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I mean, I'm listening to it and I'm like, where has this been? And I would have never heard it.
Yeah.
Would have never heard it.
I think we should do that, Alexia and I, maybe. I don't know how Stephen Wilson is with copyright stuff, but maybe on Patreon that would be a cool idea to do.
Which one?
The Raven.
You did.
We did?
You did the whole album.
Oh my God.
That's what I heard.
I don't even know anymore what you do. But yeah, that's the problem with doing so much music.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and the funny thing is, so I read his autobiography last year. And he's a list person like I am. So he does all these, here's my top favorites. So he had his 100 favorite albums, like prog albums of all time. And Close to the Edge was one of them.
And he masters all these albums, right?
Yeah.
He's so lucky.
He listed his top 5 or top 10 of his albums. And The Raven Who Refused to Sing is not even in there. And I'm like, he does not like that album at all. And I'm like, it is your best. And I've heard all of his albums. And that to me is his best, so I don't understand. So if you're not a Patreon member, you need to go and watch this because it's just it's wonderful.
Yes. No, thank you for reminding me of my own, full album. Oh, there's a little, earthquake. Sometimes we do that.
That was my fault.
It's okay. No, but it happens. When we get excited, the camera gets shaky, and then you have to.
I bang the table leg, so
you have to hang on to your, to whatever you have. But yeah, so we're gonna do Rat's Return, and this came out in 2022. Porcupine Tree, Stephen Wilson fans, welcome to the channel if you're new, and also if you know Lee, in the comment section, Shifting Perceptions. If you want to write to him, get in touch. He's right there on YouTube as well. All right, so I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, Rat's Return.
Very excited.
Yes. There we go. Perfect. Ooh. That metal injection. like I'm almost like mad that I haven't like listened to this, because it's so good. It reminds me of like this is very technical. Like I mean the syncopation here of the doodle-dip, like I can't sing it, but man, and then I love that it goes like after the distortion and the guitars, the bass is still doodle-dip, and it's very calm the way he sings, and man,
it's a good dichotomy between that soft, soothing voice and the heavy
and that really
music.
proggy, really like metal.
But isn't that riff just
man? I mean, and it is, and it has a little bit of that Arabic vibe.
Oh yeah. That we were talking about.
Like maybe 3-4 notes. There. Man, I love it.
Now, really, could you hear the like woman singing in the background? Because it was really hard for me to hear. For some reason in these headphones, but I didn't know if you could pick it up.
Yes, I did. Okay. So sometimes, you think it's because of the setting on your headphones. I think, like I explained to you, it's flat. So sometimes there's things that you listen more and sometimes less. So
got it. Okay.
But I did
okay.
hear it.
All right.
And at first I was like, is it him or is it somebody
No,
else?
I think it's somebody else singing.
Beautiful.
He can sing high, but not that high.
Yeah. He's like Bruce Dickinson. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Is that with Guthrie?
I don't know who's on this. To be honest with you, I don't think so, because his playing on this is not as
there's not
flashy.
too much like so. Okay, cool. We're still gonna look it up. Let's see here. Okay, 1, 2, and. Wow, just 3 people doing this. Gavin Harrison, so good. So good. Is this a concept album? Like, does it bleed?
I don't think so. I think some of the songs may bleed, but I don't think it's a concept album.
This is so good. And you know what? the beauty of this is it's not so hard to learn on the guitar. I mean, it is tricky because of the time signatures, but it's not impossible. And there was no solo, and sometimes it's just not necessary to have a guitar solo. It had, I mean, the voices, you know, the bass, the drums, it was so full already that even I think a guitar solo would have almost been too much. Which is really cool, like to be able to fill out the track so well, you know. It's interesting.
Yeah, and for a 3-piece band, they sound very full.
Yeah,
very.
Let's see who was that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Guthrie, because it's interesting because Guthrie is on the Raven Who Refused to Sing.
Okay.
But Stephen Wilson says I don't like flashy guitarists, and I'm like, why would you have him as a?
I know, the flashy,
although his stuff fit. Very very well.
Yeah, I heard that. I saw an article too that says I don't like the fast guitar solos, and I, you know, sometimes I even agree with that stuff. So this was track 3. Now, who was this on track 3? You think it was?
No,
it doesn't say track 3, huh?
No. So, was Stephen Wilson did all of that for the guitar?
I don't think so. I mean, the voice.
Yeah, voice for sure, but it's got him as guitars.
Yeah, he did all the guitars. Yeah, I think he's a very, you know,
I mean, the guy can play, I forget how many instruments, like 13 instruments or something like that.
Yeah, he's a multi-instrumentalist, yeah. Oh my God, Ian Anderson.
It's not the same guy. I did the same thing.
Oh, okay. So that would have been like...
I know, I did the same thing. I'm like, what? Then I'm like, no, it's not the same guy.
So that would be Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. Yeah,
yeah,
because I was like...
Yeah.
I mean, what a lucky guy. I mean, have such a cool career, you know, do such great music right now, and then have the honor of remastering all these records. You know?
Yes.
I think he remastered Jethro Tull,
King Crimson.
I mean, that is insane.
A Gentle Giant.
Gentle Giant?
Gentle Giant.
Proudly presenting. You know, for those of you who don't know Gentle Giant, check him out. They're very good if you like progressive, you know, rock and progressive metal. They're the Godfathers.
As far,
right?
you know, absolutely.
I mean, with, I guess, along with Yes and Genesis. And
but the Gentle Giant was like the unknown. Like, I didn't discover them until they were on your channel. Wow. And then I was like, wow. And I think it was Tony who like talked me into listening to this album, which is called Three Friends.
So you discovered Gentle Giant through our channel?
Yeah.
I can't believe.
Yeah, and he and I had a conversation in one of the chats, and I had heard the song Three Friends before, but none of the rest of the album. And he's like, yeah, it's, you know, you should really check it out. And I listened to it, and I was like, I can't stop.
And now, have you heard to everything by Gentle Giant?
I keep going back to the same ones.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah. Like sometimes there's like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 albums of a band, and you just stick to one.
Yep.
And you just listen to it until you can basically know it by heart.
Yeah.
And then
this album is my third. So if I had the list, it would be Foxtrot, Stephen Wilson, this album, the next Gentle Giant album, which is called oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. So of the card. Yeah.
The card. Yeah.
And then fifth would probably be In the Court of the Crimson King.
Nice.
So those would be my top 5 albums of all time, of any genre. But
nice. Yeah. And that I do remember doing. We did it on Patreon, and unfortunately we got a little notice from
Robert Fripp.
Fripp, Mr. Fripp. And he was like, take it down. But basically Patreon was like, I'm sorry, but you will have to take this down. And that's the only time Patreon has said anything about taking down media, because usually Patreon is like a free space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess he, you know, we had a little trailer that said, hey, listen to the full album. And he saw it. And he's like, no.
But it is a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. We've been right there. I mean, it's right now. It's not displayed, but it's right there. It has been in the back.
It used to be.
You could see the typical, you know, face with the mouth, and it's I love that album. It's a great album. But I would have to listen to it again just to re-experience. You know, it's been a while.
Yep.
But man, this was awesome.
I'm so glad you liked it.
Thank you so much for this. I mean, this is a Porcupine. I kind of like left off with Porcupine Tree when I met Alexia. We were listening both. We were listening to this one. Incident. And there's this. Have you heard the Time Flies?
I've heard this whole album. Yeah.
And Time Flies reminds us both of like sheep and dogs from Animals. If you listen to it, you can.
You know what? Okay, so I've only heard Animals once, and that was when you guys did the Patreon Patreon, the Patreon reaction, because I had never heard that album before. Oh, wow. But I loved it.
Like it.
I loved
Isn't
it.
Isn't it amazing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but if you like Animals, of course, check out Porcupine Tree and check out Time Flies. So check out the Incident. Check out the entire catalog.
Yeah.
Just do that. But because Porcupine Tree, it's one of those bands that are newer, but they have that, I think, quality of that old rock, you know?
Yeah. Well, he's very intentional with everything that he does and puts everything into it. You know, I mean, the guy's just a genius.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yep. He's like, and he's also very quiet, right? He's very shy.
Apparently, from his book, when he would go on tour, the first several concerts that he played behind a frosted curtain because he didn't want people to see him. Yeah, he was very nervous about it.
I mean it can happen. The stage fright.
Yeah,
you know. And I mean, if you're that talented, I guess even. Maybe there's some certain fears you have to face. And he also, have you seen that he plays barefoot?
Yes.
He's always barefoot. Yep. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I love the guy. I'm glad you liked it. And
I absolutely love it.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, if you do check out another track, check out track 5 from that album. It's called
well, maybe next time you come over, we can do that.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah, I think you'd love that one too. So yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Leave something in the comment. Subscribe to the channel. Any of those. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.